Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox, on what is actually, locally anyway, very cold, wet and miserable Thursday morning. And it won't get better later, because of course we don't have the Penny and Deirdre show. There's the little holiday for the poor dears. They've had 5 weeks of work, and it's obviously far too much. So they're off on a break, and so we'll just have to plod through a normal Thursday without them. However, it is a very broad spread of stories today, a nice wide one. So do please hit that subscribe button because it really does massively help the channel. And also just check as well that you are still subscribed, because obviously YouTube does that sneaky thing of unsubscribing people. So do please check that as well. But we're going to start the day with a bit of a deep dive into one of the stories I put out as a flash video yesterday evening, which is all about Kate Forbes. And where Shona Robison said that she wasn't considered at all by Yousaf. And then she went on and made some other claims, did old Shona Robison, which kind of show either she's untrusted or ignorant or possibly just a liar. Of course, it's possible to be all three, isn't it? But we will take a look, see what's going on, and see the weirdness of the recent reselection, as far as Shona Robison is concerned anyway. Here goes. So Kate Forbes wasn't considered by Yousaf in a cabinet reshuffle, according to Shona Robison anyway, as she confirms that this is the case. The Deputy First Minister also said there would have been a plan in place for Michael Matheson's resignation, but she claims she had no knowledge of what it is. So this is very weird that she would be aware that Kate Forbes wasn't considered, but would be unaware of what plans were in place for Michael Matheson's resignation. Now, Shona Robison is the deputy leader of the party. She's very, very senior. She's in the second most senior position after the leader. How would she not know what the plans were should Michael Matheson resign? Did Humza Yousaf not confide in her? Was Humza keeping it a secret? Or were there quite simply no plans whatsoever, which is why she was unaware of them? And if someone was as senior as her and knew that Kate Forbes hadn't been consulted, how would she not know about any plans should they have existed? It's a very confusing thing. It's like saying, I'm so important I know everything, except I don't know that. Why would you not know? You know, and I just think this is Shona Robinson opening her mouth and having to say something because something is expected to come out of her mouth. And it's just making her look stupid. Not that it takes much. Anyway, Kate Forbes wasn't even considered for the role in Humza Yousaf's cabinet during last week's reshuffle. It has been confirmed. Shona Robison admitted the former finance secretary had not even been spoken to in the aftermath of Michael Matheson's resignation. Well, probably because Humza Yousaf does not want a strong, independent woman, what don't need no man, in the cabinet. Someone who would stand up to him, someone that would tell him the truth. And there's also the fact that he lacks any kind of political wit, and probably, thinks, oh, well, I don't like her, she stood against me, ooh, can't have her, without realising that if he had have offered it to her, and she'd have come in, you'd have clipped her wings and stopped her from, really criticising the leadership too much. Whereas now, by not offering it, she's fine. She can sit on backbenches and nip, snip, snip, snip at you all day long. And so, it's a kind of a lack of understanding of politics that is rampant among the current leadership of the party. So it's no wonder, of course, that they're doing so badly in the polls. They don't understand how people feel. They don't understand the optics of everything that they're doing, because they really are particularly stupid people. Anyway, Miss Robison also confirmed her boss, Mr. Yousaf, did have plans in place of Mr. Matheson's quitting as health secretary amid his £11,000 iPad self-fulfilment scandal. But she claimed she was unaware of them. Now think about this. This is what she said. I know he's got plans, but I don't know what they are. I'm the deputy leader of the party. So obviously Humza Yousaf doesn't trust her, doesn't think she could keep her mouth shut, is presumably thinking she's too stupid to understand the plans. Who knows? There's a multifaceted set of options here. Or she could just be lying. Anyway, Miss Forbes was seen as a leadership rival to Mr Yousaf and had been tipped to make a return to government in the reshuffle, which saw Neil Gray handed the health brief, although nobody knows why, as it's something well outside of his experience level and his skill level, and he's only been a politician for 2 years, and he's only ever held a cabinet post in a paper shoveling position. He's never actually had to deal with people, and he's been pushed into the hot seat, really. It's the biggest department. Strange, isn't it? How would you take someone who knows bugger all about what they're doing and give them that amount of responsibility? Meanwhile, you have an intelligent, experienced woman who you won't bring into cabinet because she once stood against you. The level of dim in this party is beyond all belief. Incidentally, you may hear in the background my dog barking. It's because people are going to school and walking past my house and he doesn't like it. So he gets very territorial, you know. And so if you do hear, that's what it is. Anyway, senior SNP figures felt she would offer much needed competency to the cabinet because, let's face it, they've got that right. They're all incompetent, every single one of them. While it would also have cooled the civil war within the party. But asked on BBC Scotland's Good Morning Scotland show on Wednesday if she had been approached, Miss Robison said, "I'm not aware of Kate being offered a position in the cabinet. No." Ah, well, there you go. There again. That doesn't confirm she wasn't. It just means you weren't aware of it. But since you're not aware of what the plans are for Michael Matheson's replacement, that doesn't really mean anything, does it? I have a feeling that Humza Yousaf is slowly distancing himself. From what she's saying here, it seems Humza Yousaf is slowly distancing himself from Shona Robison. And he's not telling her things. And he's sort of saying, well, you know, he's realised she's really dim. It's taken him long enough. So he's kind of, okay, I've given her that job, but let's just move away and do all the stuff over here and just keep her away from it in case she does say something and it comes out and it looks really, really stupid. He can't fire her because, after all, he appointed her, and so if he fired her, it would make it look as though he got the wrong choice in the first place, and he can't be seen to be wrong. So he's stuck with her. But it doesn't mean he trusts her. I think that is becoming more and more evident. And then, of course, after the debacle yesterday of what she said, it isn't looking good. Anyway, I shall round off there, which will come up because I don't want to drag this on too long. But it's very weird that you get the one person in the party who is in some way competent and in some way can actually do the job, and then not offer her the actual position for which she'd probably be very well suited, and it would absolutely clip her wings. Anyway, coming up. Kate Forbes must be looking at these events and laughing. She must see it and go, every day I'm becoming nearer and nearer to the leadership of the party because it is just falling apart in front of her. You have senior positions, senior colleagues, not even talking to each other, actively hiding information from each other, actively gainsaying each other. And then yesterday, with what Shona Robison did with regards to the Verity House agreement and the threatening of the councils, completely undermining what Humza Yousaf wants. She must be sitting there and thinking, my time is coming. I'm about to become the leader of the party and I'm about to change everything. Certain people will be out and they will never be back in. And certainly the Greens will be given their marching orders. So I think she's sitting there now, smug, laughing, happy. I'm not saying she's going to be good, of course. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is it's better to have someone sane in charge for the next 2.5 years rather than the bunch of, I don't know how you can put them, morons, inept fools, people who have no idea what they're doing, people who are actively going out of their way to damage Scotland, and led by a man who is a racist, anti-white racist, who actually actively hates Scotland, who wants to change Scotland forever, but not for the better, and who is working his damnedest to make sure that public money is given to people just like him in other countries filled with people of his gang. And that's why, of course, he went to Qatar for a holiday where he could meet and talk to the leaders of Hamas. I hope MI6 are on the runway when his plane lands. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.